Thank you, partner. All right, so you want to check your answers with mine. You just work with your partner on Chapter 5, Activity 4, matching words with definitions. Did you and your partners agree?
Yes.
And did they agree with what I have on the screen here? You agree with me? Do I have the right answers? So far, so good? Okay. All right, so we're matching up the words with the definitions, right? All right, let's go over the words. I want you to repeat after me. Number 1 is defend. And how do you pronounce defend? With how many syllables? Defend. 2. Good. Where's the stress? 2-1 or 2-2? Defend. 2-2. Okay, watch me. Defend. Again. Defend. Good. That means to make or keep somebody or something safe from attack or harm. For if you guard it. For example, if you play. Do any of you play soccer? Yeah. Okay.
Not yet.
No, you play soccer, right? And suppose your team is playing against my team, and I have a goal behind me,
defend.
right? I got to defend the goal. If I'm a goalkeeper, I get to use my hands and my feet to catch the ball. Mm-hmm. But if I'm not a goalkeeper, then what can I use to defend my goal? I can use my feet to kick the ball away. What else?
My head.
My head. I can use my head. Yes, like we do in our English class, we use our head. What else can we use to defend?
Your knee.
You can use your knee and below, right? Okay, what else?
Your chest.
You can use your chest. Right, okay, what else can you use?
The shoulder.
No hands, right? How about this one? How about elbow? Shoulder, can we use that?
No.
We can use our head, right? We can use our chest. We can use any part of our leg, right? Okay, and then the goalkeeper has special permission to use hands to defend the goal. All right, so. Right, how many of you play soccer? Raise your hand. Or raise your foot. Okay, how many of you used to play? How many of you have played? How many of you have played in your lifetime? Sometime in your life you played soccer.
No.
Oh, good. Okay. All right, good. I like to see some active group. Yeah, you play more. My last class was like, a few people raised their hands. I thought, oh, come on, get out and move around. It's good for you, right? Well, we can defend in sports, right? You defend your goal. Like in football. Last Saturday was the big game between Stanford University and the University of California at Berkeley. That's called the big game because these two schools are longtime rivals. It means that that's their most important opponent.
Classical.
And so it was we call it the big game because those two schools have a rivalry. They always want to try to beat each other. Yeah, very strong rivalry. So I went to that game. It was raining terribly that day. I don't know about. Do you remember Saturday? Do you remember what the weather was like that day? It was really rainy. So we were all dressed up in our rain gear. We had our warm clothes on and all of our rain gear and hats and everything. And it was raining and raining. And the people, the players on the football team, they were running around and then slipping, and they didn't play as well as we liked. But our team won. My team is the Stanford team. We won. Yes, we won. So anyway, defend means you protect your side against the attack. We also use the word defend in a military sense, right? How do we say that? What do we say about defending in a military sense? Armies, right? Okay. So if my army is attacking your army, right? I want to defend my fort, or I want to defend the White House or the president, or I want to defend my country and you want to defend your side. So we can also talk about for that. For also, police officers, maybe they will make a ring of many of them around some important person or place to defend that person or that place, right? Okay, so we can also talk about defending not only in a physical sense like that, but another physical sense at a much smaller level, like at your body. Okay, so can you defend yourself?
Yes.
I hope so.
Yes.
Right. If I hit you, you might hit me back, right? If I try to go like this, you go, ooh, block, right? But inside of our bodies, we also have methods for defending ourselves. So defend is a verb, to defend. And we have some defense mechanisms. Defense. D-E-F-E-N-S-E. That's a noun, defense. Belongs to the same family. Defend and defense. So, for example, when we get sick, maybe our blood cells will come out and try to eat up the germs. So if you're a healthy person and somebody next to you is going, all right, and you're afraid of getting germs from them, maybe your body will be strong enough to defend you from bad germs. And even if they come on you, they will just fight against them and then keep you safe. But if your health is kind of weak, you're under a lot of stress, you don't sleep a lot, then if your immune system is low, it's weak, then the invasion can come and the attackers can come and get inside of your body, right? So we also want to defend on that level. Also, you have to defend yourself against stress. Remember, some of you tell me you get really stressed out when you have a quiz or a test? I know that look. Okay. So you need to do some exercises or some kind of yoga or deep breathing to help yourself, to protect yourself from getting overstressed, to defend yourself. All right, so the word defend is a verb. All right, how about number two? Number two, what do you have for number two? To look at somebody or something closely and carefully, to inspect it or to study it. That's the word examine. Examine. How many syllables? Examine. 3 syllables. Where? Where's the stress? 2. Right. 3, 2. Examine. Examine. All right. So if you go to the doctor and the doctor looks at you just and says, "Oh, how do you do? You're fine." That's not a very good way to examine you. How does the doctor examine you? Yeah. So if you go to a doctor's appointment and you want the doctor to examine you.
Yeah, I have one next Monday.
Okay. You have an examination next Monday, a physical examination.
No, it's examine. It's for biometry.
Okay, so what we want to say is it's not an exam, it's examination. So let's listen to the words that belong to the same family. Examine, examine. That's the verb. That's the verb. And then we have the verb where we have to add ation to it. So we have examination. Examination. 5 syllables. Stress the fourth. 5-4. Examination. And what's the short word for the short form of examination? Is exam. Yeah, test. You know the meaning is test, right? So exam is short for the long word examination. All right? Those are nouns. So if you're going for an exam, you're not going for an examine, you're going for an exam. 2 syllables, two, exam. You're going for an exam. Or examination. So the doctor will look at you closely. So if you go for an examination, you don't want them to say, "Oh, you have pretty eyes." No, let me look closely at your eyes, right? And let me listen to your heart, listen to your lungs, look inside your ears, and check your skin, feel your body, and feel how many stomachs you have. No, just find out more about it. So if you examine something, you look at it more closely. You look at it in greater detail. Sometimes we examine under a microscope, right? Do any of you have any of you got any experience looking at something very small under a microscope? Yeah. So then you can see it very closely. Now, when we give a test, when teachers give a test to students, we examine you. What does that mean? We don't examine you, your body. What do we examine? We examine your knowledge, right? We examine your knowledge. We examine your skills. We find out if you have learned the knowledge that we're trying to teach you, and you've made progress in the skills. For example, if you can speak better today than you spoke when you first moved into our class, right? So we examine you. So we give you some words and phrases and sentence and dialogues and role plays and those sorts of things to help find out if you can listen and speak. That's how we would examine you. That's how we examined you last week, right?
No.
Okay. So the next word is funny, comical, amusing. Which word is that? Humorous. Humorous. How many syllables are there in humorous? 3. Humorous, 3. Good. And a syllable stress code? Humorous. 1, right. 3, 1. Humorous. So is that a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb?
Adjective.
It's an adjective, right. OUS endings. OUS endings. This is a suffix for an adjective. For example, famous. Famous. Oh, you're a famous student of mine. You're a famous painter. All right. You're a famous designer. All right. So that is an adjective. Humorous. Humorous. A humorous person. A humorous actor. A humorous story. humorous movie. Humorous things make you want to laugh, right? They make you laugh. Humorous things make you laugh. They're amusing.
So
Now
amusing is the same meaning?
Say it again.
Amusing?
Amusing, yes, okay. Humorous and amusing are the same thing. Maybe humorous is a little bit stronger than amusing, a little bit stronger. Now, the word humor is the noun form that belongs to the same family. So you just take off the O-U-S and you get humor, right? Good humor. So good humor. Now, the word humor can sometimes be just used as a neutral word. A person of good humor, a person of bad humor. You know, like a person who is in good humor means they're in a good mood, their spirits are good. Bad humor means, bad mood. Do you ever feel like you're in bad humor? Kind of sometimes you feel grumpy? Yeah, cranky, you don't feel so good. Yeah. So we can use that word to explain one's spirit. But another way is to talk about humor, meaning the degree of funniness. Okay, so maybe you and your friend have the same humor. I think we asked this question last time. Right? We said, do you and your children have the same humor? Do you and your parents have the same humor? And I explained to you that, sometimes my son and his friends laugh at some movies, and I think, that's not funny. Do you ever feel like that? So, yeah, because their humor is not the same as my humor. I laugh at this, and they don't know why I'm laughing, because our humor is not the same, right? And also, humor is hard to learn in a second language, in a different culture.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel that?
Yes, that's really true.
Is it? Have you ever you watch these people laughing at something and you go like,
Yeah.
Stupid.
why are they laughing?
Yeah.
You don't understand why they're laughing, right? So I feel the same way. I mean, although my Chinese is pretty good, there are a lot of things I don't understand. And my mother-in-law, my husband will be watching these funny things and they'll be laughing, and I ask them, what's so funny? But they don't want to stop to tell me.
Yeah.
You can't, you don't want to stop and tell somebody, because then it's not funny anymore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Besides the funny movement, there's always a rhythm. When comedians tell jokes, there's a certain rhythm that they make. They say something and then it causes the audience to laugh. And then they say the next thing and it causes the audience to laugh. And you can't stop in the middle of that because you break the rhythm,
Yeah.
right? So lots of times when they watch, they have Chinese New Year, they have a lot of shows that come in from China. They watch them and they're laughing a lot. And I'm going like... But the same thing happens when even though my husband has been in this country for, 26 years, and his English is really, really good, sometimes he doesn't understand why we laugh at things. Yeah, really. I mean, I don't know if any of you know Toy Story. Do you know Toy Story?
Yes.
Do any of you laugh at Toy Story?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, or 3. Toy Story 1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Okay, you laughed at all of them. Okay, so he remembers the time that I went with my brother and my sister-in-law. We all went to the movie together to watch Toy Story. I think probably the first one. And because the toys in that story were familiar to us when we were growing up, we had a real sense of familiarity with these toys. I mean, we know these toys. We played with those toys, so we could really feel a closeness. And we laughed like he thought I just laughed like crazy, and he was looking at me like, what is she laughing at? So it's difficult to pick up. If you can laugh in a foreign language, that's pretty good, because humor is a little bit difficult to pick up.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. If you can dream in a foreign language, that's good. Have you started dreaming in English yet?
Yes, I did many times. Incredible, I speak perfect.
You speak perfectly in your dreams. So wonderful.
How I can do that?
Right. You speak perfectly in your dreams,
I have
and
perfect conversation.
oh, that's so good. Perfect conversation. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that means you are, you have a goal. You have some objective to reach that. Yeah. Go back to sleep. Okay, let's go to number 4. That means productively or economically. And that word is...
Efficiently.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you probably wrote the right word, but I don't know that you're pronouncing it correctly. This is how you say it. Watch me. Efficiently. 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 So 4 syllables stress the second. Efficiently. Okay, if we take the ly off of it, then it's efficient, and that's an adjective. So efficiently is the adverb. It describes how you do something, and efficient is how you describes a noun, describes an action. So if you If you do something efficiently, does it take a long time or a short time?
Long time.
Long time.
Does it a long time for you to do it or a short time if you do it efficiently?
Maybe.
It should take you a short time and you have good results. Okay, so if you are very efficient, that means it doesn't take you too long to do something. You can do it in a relatively short time, but you have good results. You know, some people can do something long, and then finally, many days later, it's finished. But by that time, everyone's gone away. So that might be good result in the end, a good product, good quality, but it's not very fast. So we wouldn't consider that efficient. So efficient has to be good quality and in a reasonable amount of time. You can produce, you use your energy and your time and your ideas to produce something that is successful, and it doesn't take too much time. So economical means it doesn't take too much time or money. So economically, efficiently, if you do something like that. So how about your studying? Are you efficient in your studying? Do you think, are you efficient? Do you feel like you study efficiently? So let me give you some examples. Sometimes my niece said, oh yeah, I can't do this because I have to study. Then I Skype her. You know what it means to Skype? You know, you get on the camera and then I see her in her room. She says, no, Auntie, I'm so busy, I'm studying. And all her friends are out there. Her friends are behind. I can see them in the camera, right? I'm not blind. I see them and they're walking around, they're having a good time, they're telling jokes and they're laughing. And I thought, I wonder if this is a very efficient way of studying. So, you know, sometimes you think, oh, I'm going to sit down with my books in front of me, but then all this other stuff is going around, and you're more interested in talking to your friends or getting something to drink, and then you want to go and, and then you get a text on your phone, and you open your phone up and start texting back, and then, boop, Facebook comes up, and you're on that. So then you're not really focused on your textbook. You're not even focused on your studies. So in that case, maybe your studying is not so efficient, right? You might, efficient, or productive. The other word is productively. Did we have that word in the previous lesson? Productive? We did, right? Okay, and productively. That's the adverb. And the next word is economically. Economically. So economically means without too much waste, without wasting too much time or money. Okay, number 5, we're looking for a word that means to become smaller in number or to reduce. What word is that? Decrease. Decrease. How many syllables? Decrease. 2 syllables. Right. Where's the stress?
1.
Decrease. 1 or 2? Okay, listen to me. Decrease.
Decrease.
Decrease. 2. Okay, now let me tell you. We have a lot of verb-noun common pairs that they have the same spelling. All right, they have the same spelling, but they have a different stress. So the noun is decrease. Can you hear that difference?
Yeah.
Okay, so decrease is 2-1. That's a noun. And then decrease, 2 is the verb. We have a lot of words like this. For example, record and record. Okay? Yeah, we have a lot of pairs of words. Not all words, but many pairs of words in English where the stress is the first syllable for the noun. All right, if you're not sure, first syllable for the noun and second syllable for the verb. That's a general rule if we have a difference in stress. Like I do a lot of research. I have to research this information. Okay, remember we had that word in a previous lesson? Okay, so we have words like that, like object, that's a noun, and object, that's a verb. Subject, that's a noun, and subject, that's a verb. Okay, so we have many pairs of words where the stress differs, but the spelling doesn't. Right, the spelling doesn't. So when we hear it, we might be able to tell if it's a noun or a verb, and of course the other sentences, the other words in the sentence as well will help us understand it. So if we use this word as a verb, we say decrease. All right, so how about this? Maybe when you first started this class, did any of you have a fear of speaking in English? Did you already have a fear, like you were afraid to open your mouth and speak in English? No. Anybody feel like that? No, not you. You have a big mouth.
No.
You're like
me either.
Not you either. I know. You gotta. Okay. Did anybody feel like they were a little bit kind of shy about teaching? A little bit shy.
I feel like that.
Yeah, you feel like that.
Yes.
Yeah, because
especially exams.
in exams, you feel especially.
Exactly. Yeah, because
Yeah, fearful.
If I notice somebody not want me speak, I can speak 50%.
Oh, you get nervous, huh? Then you get. All right. So, how about you've studied with me a few months now? Do you feel like your fear of speaking in English has decreased or increased?
Increase.
Your fear.
Increase.
You know fear? You know fear? What is the word fear?
Fear.
F-E-A-R. Miedo. Fear.
Miedo.
No,
You know?
crazy. Fear?
Fear. Yeah. Do you feel your fear increase or decrease
Decrease.
after you study with me? Decrease.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but you
I hope so.
You don't project a fear.
I don't project fear to
No,
you?
no.
Okay, that's good.
You're right.
But sometimes people have their own fear.
Yeah.
They don't get it from somebody else. They have fear by themselves.
Exactly.
Like her. I didn't give her any fear, but she gets it herself, right? And some of you have to conquer your own fears, right? Well, okay. Well, I hope that your shyness or your embarrassment, is it increasing or decreasing?
Decrease.
I hope it decreases.
Yeah,
Yeah,
decreases,
right.
yes.
That would be good if it decreases, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That means that you have more confidence in yourself in speaking.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, shall we look at the word that says belief in your ability to succeed, or trust, or faith? What word is that? Confidence. Okay, watch me say this word. Confidence.
Confidence.
Good. I like that much better than what some of you were saying before. Confidence. Right. This is 3-1. 3-1. All right. So show me confidence. I have confidence. I have confidence. Okay. Let me ask you: is your confidence in speaking English increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
Are you sure? Increasing?
Yes.
You feel better? You feel more
Yes.
confident? Okay. I want you to say, my confidence.
My confidence.
My confidence
My confidence.
in speaking English
And speaking English
is increasing.
increasing.
All right, show me. My confidence
confidence
in speaking English
speaking
is increasing. Okay, look at your partner. Look at your partner and say, my confidence in speaking English is increasing. Okay, that's good. Good. That's wonderful. Is confidence a noun or an adjective, a verb, or what part of speech is confidence?
Noun.
Noun. Right. Okay, so do you remember that when you have the suffix ence, it's a noun, like difference, confidence, those are nouns, right? Remember last chapter we were talking about how to say the sentence when we ask, what is the difference? What is the difference between your sleep habits and mine, right? How are your sleep habits and mine different? ENT, adjective. Right? So how do we make this word confidence into an adjective? What's the adjective form? Confident. Yeah, ENT, confident. Okay, say I am confident. I am confident.
I'm confident.
I am confident.
I am confident.
I am more and more confident
I am more and more confident
in speaking English
in speaking English
every day.
every day.
I am more and more confident in speaking English every day.
I am more and more confident in speaking English every day.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. Now tell your friend. I am more and more confident in speaking English every day. Okay, I'd like to see that. All right. So practice it. You know, it's what we call something like this. When you say things to yourself like this, we call this an affirmation. Have you heard this word before? Okay, you know the word affirmative, right? What does affirmative mean?
Yes.
Yes, positive, right? Okay, so affirmative and affirmation are related in the same family. So when we say you repeat affirmations, then you say yes, 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 okay? And this can make you feel better. This can help you feel in a positive way, especially because, you know, sometimes we have worry worries, different kinds of stress and anxiety, and that makes us feel negative. But if we look for a way to feel positive or to feel affirmative, then we can get rid of those negative feelings. So this is one affirmation you could try to say to yourself. I feel more and more confident speaking English every day, right? Yeah. Okay. So sometimes you feel a little bit scared about it. You don't want to open your mouth because you can't understand everybody and you're afraid you get mixed up in some conversation you don't understand. Just tell yourself, my confidence in speaking English is increasing, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's a good affirmation for you to practice. Shall we go to the next one? Number 7 is a relationship between people or actions or ideas. So what word means our relationship?
Connection.
Connection. Right, connection. What part of speech is connection? Connection is a noun, right? T-I-O-N is always a noun. How many syllables? Connection. 3 syllables. And where's the stress? 2. Right. Second stress. Second syllable stress. Okay. Connection is a noun. What's the verb? Connect. Connect. Okay. To connect two things together. All right. They could be a physical connection, or it could be an emotional connection. Do you remember about the connection from chapter 1 where we were studying about music, the power of music?
Yes.
What kind of connections were we talking about that?
When we dancing together.
When we're dancing together?
Touch my.
Yeah, you touch your friends, and we were holding hands, and we were physically connected to each other, but we also felt, connected emotionally and socially. Right, so we have different kinds of connections. So the adjective is connected. Connected. Yeah, do you feel connected to your classmates? Do you feel connected to this topic? So connected is an adjective. Connection is a noun. Connect is the verb. Okay. Number 8 means relaxed and restful, free from stress or anxiety. What word is that? Okay, yeah. This one is a word that's a little bit strange because it has a lot of letters that we don't pronounce. So I want you to look carefully at my mouth and let's see if you've got your mirror. Because if you have your mirror, then you can see how to make your mouth a little bit like my mouth, all right? So look at that and say it. We're only going to pronounce 3 syllables. Okay, so watch me. Because those letters, sometimes when you look at the word in writing, it confuses you how to pronounce it in speaking. So we are going to say it like this. Comfortable. Comfortable. Okay, look at your mirror. Comfortable. How many syllables? 3. Comfortable. 3 syllables. Okay, so when you look at the word, it looks like 4 syllables, but we don't pronounce all of them that way. Okay, so just say comfortable. Where is the stress? 1, right. Stress the first syllable. So 3-1, 3-1 is the syllable stress code for comfortable. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in here. So comfortable can mean physically comfortable, like it's not too hot, it's not too cold. My chair is not too hard or too soft, it's just right. Could be that physically comfortable. You can also be emotionally comfortable. What does that mean? When you feel relaxed, the atmosphere is friendly, it's happy. You don't feel like you're in a stressful situation. Are you feeling comfortable now?
Yes.
Are you feeling okay? You feel comfortable? Yeah. All right. I'm not scaring you, right?
No.
I'm not threatening you, right? No. Okay, good. All right. Do you feel comfortable with your friends? Your classmates are nice and friendly? Okay. If you're not, you have to defend yourself against them if they attack you. Okay. So this word comfortable is what part of speech? Noun, verb, adjective, or adverb? Adjective. Okay, tell me again. How do you say it? Comfortable. Okay, I hear too many syllables. I want you to try again. Comfortable. Comfortable. All right, remember, this word doesn't look like the way it sounds. Okay. Comfortable. 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 I'm very comfortable.
I'm very comfortable.
I'm very comfortable.
I'm very comfortable.
Tell your classmate, I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable.
I'm very comfortable.
Okay. Tell your classmate. Tell your classmate. Okay, very good. So let me ask you about the word family. This one is an adjective. What is the adverb?
Comfort. Comfortable.
Oh my goodness! Please don't say it like that.
Comfortable.
Say it with the right syllable stress code. Okay, say it with the numbers right. Okay, if we say comfortable, okay, don't change the stress. All right, just change the ending, but don't change the stress. So if the adjective is comfortable, what is the adverb?
Comfortable. Comfortably.
Okay, comfortable, comfortably. Comfortably. Okay. Comfortably. Comfortably. All right. For example, sit comfortably. Sit comfortably.
Sit comfortably.
I'm sitting comfortably. Are you sitting comfortably?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right. Comfortably. Comfortably.
Comfortably.
Comfortably. Practice this word because when you look at the spelling, all right, you have to learn the spelling for your dictation, but when you speak, they're a little different. All right, now how about the noun? What's the noun form?
Comfort.
Comfort. Okay, watch my lips. Comfort. Syllables? Comfort. 2. Stress? Comfort. 1. Comfort. So we always stress the first syllable. Comfort. Yes. Okay. So I hope to offer you comfort and warmth and support and encouragement. Comfort. That's a noun. Okay. Now how about the verb?
Comfort.
Also comfort. Same spelling and same pronunciation. 2, 1. Comfort.
Comfort.
Okay. So for example, maybe your friend is having a bad day. And she's going, right? And you comfort her. You said, tell me your story. Okay, calm down. Let's go. I'll get you an ice cream. What flavor would you like? You can comfort someone. All right? So this one has the same spelling and the same stress pattern for the noun and the verb. All right, let's go to another word, and that's number 9, the scientific study of living bodies, human bodies or animals or plants, and then how they work. Physiology. Physiology. Okay, 5 syllables. Where's the stress? Physiology. Physiology. Show me. Physiology. Again. Physiology. Okay, so the study of your body parts. So, for example, if you take a class here at Mission College in I think they have a class called Anatomy and Physiology, obviously not in my department. And so you study the human body and the different parts of the body, the muscles and the blood cells and the bones and all of those things. Have you studied physiology?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay,
I
good.
want to see.
Okay. So if you go to UC Davis, you know where Davis is? UC Davis?
Yes.
Yes. So they have other classes. They're famous for veterinary science. That's for animals. Yeah. So I have my niece is going to school there. So she has a class where one day they go out and they look at cows, and another day they go look at horses, and another day they go out and look at sheep because they have different animals. They have a lot of animals, and they do a lot of animal science. That's her animal science class. University of California at Davis, Davis. Yeah. It's in the direction towards Sacramento, but not quite so far. Yeah. Okay. So physiology is that a science or a scientist? That's a science. So ology is a science. How about the scientist? Physiologist. So just, it's easy to remember because the scientist, IST. So the scientist must end with IST. So physiology is the science, and the scientist is a physiologist. How many syllables? Physiologist. Still five. And how about the stress? Three. All right, so the stress is the same. Physiology and physiologist. Okay. So anytime you learn a word with ology, like geology and biology and psychology, the stress is always on ology and ologist. Okay. Now let's look at the next one, which is number 10. The smallest and most basic unit of living things is the cell. The cell. How do you spell this word, cell? C-E-L-L, cell. Okay. It sounds like sounds like another word that we know. Cell.
Cell phone.
Another word.
For sale, for body.
Like buy and sell. To buy and sell. That's spelled S-E-L-L. All right, so you have to be careful. I'm just trying to show you because these words are both very popular, both very common words. So I want to buy something, you want to sell something. I pay you the money for it. Sell, that's S-E-L. Same pronunciation, S-E-L-L, sell, and this one, C-E-L-L. All right, now, sell. A lot of you said cell phone, right? Now, actually, cell is short for cellular. The adjective form, see, the cell is a noun. The adjective form is cellular. Cellular. C-E, write it down, L-L-U-L-A-R. How many syllables are there in cellular? Cellular. Three. Stress the first one, cellular. Okay, so the whole name is cellular phone, but, we get lazy and we call them cell phones. We make it short, right? Okay, so we just take off we started to use the noun instead of the adjective. We should use the adjective cellular to describe the phone, right? We also call them mobile phones, right? Mobile phones. Mobile because mobile means you can move them around. They're not stuck to a certain location. Mobile. Or in the British pronunciation, mobile. Mobile. Yeah. In English, spoken in England, they usually pronounce isle, I-L-E, but Americans usually pronounce like fragile. Yeah. And mobile. So you'll hear both pronunciations. Both of them have the same stress, though. Okay, so it's always stressed on the same first syllable, but the vowel sound is different in the end. So anyway, back to the word cellular. Cellular. That's the adjective form. Cell. So if we talk about a cell, cells of your body, can you count how many cells you have in your body? No, probably not. You got too many. Yeah, too many cells are growing. Millions and millions of cells because it's the tiniest unit, the smallest unit, and the most basic unit of all these living things. Not only bodies of human beings, but animals and plants. They are also, you look at cells. If you look at something on a cellular level in biology, you definitely need to look through a microscope. Yeah, you should look through a microscope. Yeah. You want to look through a microscope? I forgot my microscope. I don't have it today. Okay. We also use the word cell for other things like spreadsheet. You know a spreadsheet like Excel spreadsheets? Yeah, we say cell A1, cell J23. We call that a cell. All right, so that's another thing. A cell if cells in the body, they're all different shapes. Cells on a spreadsheet, they're rectangular. But they don't have to be. I mean, cells can be any kind of like a container. And, maybe we're playing a game, and the board game has kind of like circles or hexagonal shapes, and you move from one cell to another, or move from one piece to another, or space to another. Okay, so in our lesson, we're going to hear cells in terms of our cells, the cells in our body. In number 11, we're looking for the word that means an occupation that requires training and specialized study. What word is that? Profession. How many syllables are in this word? Profession. 3. Where's the stress? Second syllable. Profession. Right. What part of speech is profession? Noun. I-O-N. Right. It ends with I-O-N, so it must be a noun. It must be a noun. And notice that the two S's, they sound like an SH sound, like sh, like Marsha. That sounds show or show me. You know, so the two S's don't sound like S, they sound like SH. Profession. Profession. What other words are related to profession? Same family, same word family. What else belongs to the same word family as profession?
Professional.
Professional. Right, you add AL, that's an adjective. Professional. So profession, 3-2. Professional, 4-2. Okay? 4 syllables, stress the second. Professional.
Professor.
So I'm a profession. No, I'm a professional teacher. I did a lot of training in order to become a teacher. So you know at community colleges, all of your instructors, your professors have to have at least a bachelor's and master's degree in our subject. It's required that we have to have at least a master's degree in our subject so that we know so much about it we can teach it. All right. Now, sometimes we still do professional development. What does that mean? Professional development. Even though I got my degree many, many, many years ago, I still go to classes and go to workshops and learn from others about something more modern, either new techniques or new research or different methodology. So that is professional development. Yeah. So many of our workplaces, maybe they offer some training, or they encourage the employees to go get training, either on site at the company, or they go to training sessions somewhere else for professional development. Now, in the United States, if you want to go into another profession like medicine, do you know how many years you need to study?
Yeah, a lot of years.
A lot of years.
Yeah, you always have it.
Do you know what's required for, first of all, you have to study 4 years for your bachelor's degree, and then after that you have to study 4 more years for your medical degree, your MD. Then after that you have to go do 2 more years of residence, where you practice under the experienced teacher. So that's how many years already? That's 10 years already, right? Okay, and in addition to that, if you want to be a specialist, if you want to specialize in a specific field like maybe surgery or even geriatrics, which is taking care of elderly people, if you want to specialize, you have to do many more years after that. Yeah. So maybe 10 or 12 years later, you will be practicing. In the meanwhile, you're probably spending a lot of money on your education. And then over there, after that, you bring in the money from
But even after, they have to study.
Yes, of course. Yeah, right. A lot of professions still require professional development because there's always something new. There's always something coming on. Some teachers, maybe they feel like, oh, I know everything. Everything's the same. English hasn't changed from 25 years ago until now. But maybe others think, well, you know what? Different methods change. Research has shown new things that we didn't know before. And technology has changed, and we can incorporate the technology. For example, all these videos that I'm making for you now, I couldn't make these videos for you 10 years ago, right? Those
5
things,
years ago.
yeah, you're not even 5 years ago. And the technology is with us now. So who knows what we'll be like in 5 more years? Yeah, or 10 more. Yeah, maybe we'll be looking at our wrist and seeing everything. Could be, huh? Okay, so let's look at the next word. Number 12 means to lessen or reduce, especially if you're talking about pain or anxiety, something like that. Relieve, right, to relieve. How many syllables do you hear in relieve? 2. Relieve, 2. Where's the stress? Relieve. Relieve, 2. Right, okay. So, what do you guys do to relieve your stress?
Relieve.
You take medicine when you're stressed?
Yeah. Me.
You take medicine to relieve your stress? Okay. What are other things that you do to relieve your stress?
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk? Go for a walk? Okay. Exercise? Okay. What else do you do? Take a shower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sleep.
Listen to music? Okay. Listen to soft music? Okay. Sleep? Go to sleep? Okay. Drink milk? Oh, okay. What else? What else?
Stress?
Yeah, that's what she does. Okay, for stress? Okay, what else do you do to relieve stress?
Shopping.
Take more money.
Take your money and go shopping. Wow.
Walk around.
Okay, walk around. Okay. So different people do different things to relieve stress. Okay, so some of you are saying for stress. I want to say to relieve stress because you don't want to get it for stress. You don't want to take the stress. You want to get rid of it. You want to relieve stress. So relieving means you try to get rid of something. right? When you relieve something, you relieve like stress or anxiety or pain, all right? Because you relieve something that you feel bad about. You don't relieve something you feel good about. You relieve something that you feel bad about. So it could be pain or anger or stress or worries. Yeah. Now the verb is relieve. How about the noun? What's the noun form? Relief. R-E-L-I-E-F. All right, this is also 2-2. Relief. Relief. R-E-L-I-E-F.
The verb?
No, this is a noun.
Noun.
That's a noun. Yeah. Because the relieve, V-E, that's a verb.
Yeah.
All right. So for example, I can say, some of you said you like to go walking. You know, you want to go for a walk. If you go for a walk, does walking relieve your stress? That's a verb, right? Okay. If I say, when you go walking, does that relieve your stress? That's a verb. All right. So if I say, is walking a relief for your stress? Is it a relief? Yes, that's a noun.
Noun.
So some of you say you take medicine. And if you look on the box, sometimes it will say, for pain relief. For pain relief. Right? Now, it also might say on the box, pain reliever. With ER at the end. Reliever. So what does that mean? Yeah, so this thing is a pain reliever. It's a noun. It's something, or maybe someone, but probably something that helps you relieve your stress. That's a reliever, a pain reliever. Yeah, okay. Now some people get relief, some people get stress in their headache. Do you get headaches?
Yeah,
Mine
me.
all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
every day. Now I have a headache. Yeah.
Some people get their stress in their neck.
Yeah. Here.
Do you get stress in your neck?
Yes.
Oh, some of you are saying yes.
Yeah.
Some people get stress like they get chest pain. Chest pain. How about in your stomach? You sometimes feel stomach pain.
Okay.
Me.
Do any of you get stress in your back? You're in your back, you feel back pain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, people don't carry their stress everywhere in the same place. So maybe some people carry their stress up here, and some people carry it here. What is a really good idea is if you can become aware of yourself in many ways. But, for example, you can find out, where do I carry my stress? Because it's not the same with every person. And then if you start to get a stomach ache, then you may think, oh, maybe I'm stressed about something and I should do something to relieve the stress. I should go out for a walk. I should stay away from my computer, or, you know, something, or maybe leave my boss because my boss is, or, you know, do something that's relaxing. Yeah, or if you're feeling like you're getting a headache and you think, oh, that's my stress place. Maybe I need to stop and slow down and find a way to relieve stress. So that's, you know, it's a way of monitoring yourself, just to self-monitor, and that way you'll be aware. Because sometimes you'll get buried. You get buried. You know what it means to be buried?
No.
B-U-R-Y is the verb bury, and buried is B-U-R-I-E-D. So bury, like if you dig a hole, you know, you dig a hole, and then you have a treasure, and then you put the treasure in the hole, and you put the dirt back over it, and then nobody can find it. You say bury, to bury the treasure. Okay, or yeah, when your dog dies, you bury the dog in the backyard. Yeah, okay, so if you bury yourself in too much stress, then the stress gets too heavy for you, all your worries, and then you can't even find your way out. So if you, instead, you start to monitor yourself, how am I feeling? And then try not to let the stress get so heavy, and find some ways to relieve your stress before it gets too serious. Yeah. Last chapter we talked about the sleep debt, right? Yeah. So again, it helps you monitor yourself. If you're aware of how much sleep you owe your body, then you can try to pay it back sooner. So same thing with if you're aware of you're feeling stressed in your body, and then you can say, maybe I have my neck pain is because, you know, I'm under too much stress. I should get up and go out for a walk, or do some other kind of exercise, and try to relieve the stress, and then come back and do whatever work.
Or come to the class.
Or come to class.
Yeah.
Is it good for you to come to class?
When I come with her, I tell her, oh, I have a headache. When I come here, I listen to you. I'm relaxed.
I should have a commercial. She should be my commercial, right? So when you come to my class, you feel relaxed. You feel like you're learning something. But you know, that's oftentimes if you find something that you enjoy doing, then your worries go away. You feel more relaxed. You feel happier, don't you? Yes. So are you feeling happy now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I hope so. All right, so the next word we want to talk about is capable of being given to others through physical contact or by air. What word is that?
Contagious.
Okay, watch me. I'll say it. Contagious.
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 So that's 3 syllables, and it's stressed on the second. Contagious.
Contagious.
And O-U-S is what kind of word? Adjective, right. Famous, O-U-S, right? Contagious, that has an O-U-S. Humorous, O-U-S. Those are all adjectives. So don't get near me with that cold. You're contagious. I don't really want you to share your cold with me. You give it to me, you cough over here, and then I will catch the cold too. So some illnesses are contagious,
Contagious.
and some are not. Is cancer contagious?
No.
No. Is the flu contagious?
Yes.
Okay. Is chicken pox contagious?
Yes.
Is a rash contagious?
Yes.
Some kinds of rashes.
yeah.
Some kinds of rashes are. Yeah. Is AIDS contagious?
Depends.
AIDS?
Depends on what you have.
Yes. That's how it gets transferred. Yes. It gets transferred through fluid, bodily fluid. Right. Not just by looking at you. Not the same way as a cold, because when you have a cold, you cough or you sneeze. Every time I'm talking, a lot of stuff's coming out of my mouth. You can't see it, but it's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope I'm sending out the good stuff. I want this good stuff to be contagious. I want English to be contagious.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
That-
My English pronunciation is contagious. Is that a good thing? Okay, good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What I say, that number 3, the humorous.
Humorous.
It's
Humor is contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you when your friends are laughing, do you also laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So laughter is contagious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Is that contagious? Look at you, really? Yeah. It's funny, some behaviors, right? You don't even think about it, but because we have so much social connectivity. We are just so connected socially that we're not individual all the time. We're individuals, yes, but we're also socially. We interact so much that when somebody does something, it has an effect on us. Sometimes we're not even aware of it, but it does. And you find yourself yawning just because you look at somebody. You find yourself, when somebody smiles, sometimes you smile back, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So is it better to smile a lot? Because then you can share your smiles with everyone, right?
Marsha, you see, but my friends is more young like me, but it's the same age. I only speak, my hair, my feet, my stomach. The young people speak other things. You understand me?
Oh, okay. So you're saying that you think that if you're old, you start talking about your pain in your different part of the
Only
body,
pain, yeah.
but the younger people talk about other things.
Yeah.
Young people make people happy because they talk some
Yeah.
stuff.
Right. So a conversation that you have when you talk about different subjects. Yeah, you talk about different topics. You can change people's way of thinking or their attitude or their feeling. And their mood you can change.
Bad mood.
Yeah, you can change somebody from a bad mood into a good mood if you're in a good mood, right? Yeah. Sometimes when I'm on the phone, with a stranger and I call on the phone and I think, somebody must have bit off their head or something because they're asking, right? And then I think, maybe I just pretend I don't hear that, and I just keep on smiling while I'm talking, and then I hope by the end of the conversation they finally say something nice, because maybe I can slightly change it so that they're not feeling so bad. Maybe, yeah. Okay, any questions about activity 4? Sarah, everything clear?